Now, let's dig deeper into a concept specified by essence. First of all, a real thing usually has many internal and external attributes in which some correspond to its essence, and some correspond to its accidents. In contrast, a concept is a recognition created by discarding accidents from a real thing other than its essence, in other words, by abstracting it. And an individual thing as one of a concept is a recognition that expresses a real thing. So, a concept is abstract in the sense that it is something that has been created by discarding accidents from a real thing. With this in mind, let's look at the recognition model of the chart. Let's say that concept X in the chart has attribute X, which is its essence. Then, we can obtain concept 1, which is one level lower than concept X, by adding attribute 1 to the essence of concept X. In the same way, we can obtain concept 2 and 3, which are one level lower than concept X, by adding attribute 2 and 3 to the essence of concept X, respectively. For example, let's say concept X is a concept of water. We can obtain concepts of solid water, liquid water, and gaseous water, which are one level lower than the concept of water, by adding an attribute of being solid, liquid, and gaseous to the essence of the concept of water, respectively. To simplify the discussion, let's shorten the term, the concept of water, to water, following the way the world usually refers to a concept of a thing simply as a thing. Also, we follow the convention that solid water is called ice, and gaseous water is called water vapor. Then, in other words, we can obtain ice, liquid water, and water vapor, which are one level lower than water, by adding an attribute of being solid, liquid, and gaseous to the essence of water, respectively. And, by adding an attribute of when, where, and how, respectively, we can obtain water that exists at a certain time, in a certain place, in a certain way, which are one level lower than ice, liquid water, and water vapor. Furthermore, by adding an attribute, which can be mixed into water, such as salt or sugar, we can obtain water mixed with something, which is one more level lower. In this way, by increasing the attributes that make up the essence of a concept and obtaining a lower-level concept, an individual thing as one of a concept comes closer to a real thing that an individual thing expresses. Actually, real water is either solid, liquid, or gas, and exists at a certain time, in a certain place, and in a certain way being mixed with something. In that sense, increasing the attributes that make up the essence of a concept and obtaining a lower-level concept is nothing but concretizing a concept. Conversely, by decreasing the attributes that make up the essence of a concept and obtaining a higher-level concept, an individual thing as one of a concept goes more distant from a real thing that an individual thing expresses. In that sense, decreasing the attributes that make up the essence of a concept and obtaining a higher-level concept is abstracting a concept. So, while all concepts are abstract in nature, some are more abstract, and some are less abstract. And an attribute that makes up the essence of a lower-level concept that is not included in the essence of a higher-level concept is an accident of the higher-level concept.